matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And here we go at Mile High. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Blue 32. Ready?
First, sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Chuck now from the gun. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's good for the Cowboys. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Here's Chuck, 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He's going to find this one deep down the near sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script. Brock test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Chuck. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They send a receiver in motion right. 3rd down, here's Chuck. Taking a shot deep here. Knocked away, and that's incomplete. Opening drive has arrived at 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
To throw again here, it's Chuck. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Next, quick out wide, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he can get the 1st down.
3rd and just 2 to go. Nick's getting to stretch his legs a little bit here. And they make the stop. We're going to say
from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
We've set it down from 37. Knicks now on 1st and 10. Caught by Theo Johnson. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Knicks from the gun. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. From the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. It's Nix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Flush out now to his left. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Nix. Buys time, rolling right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend's pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and goal. Here's Nix. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down. On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. A very short kick here from the right hash. McManus sends it through. And that'll mark their 1st appearance in our scoring summary today.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. A little early momentum with that field goal.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start after 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shuck working from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Now Shuck to throw. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A 28-yard pickup there. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When he saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That's a a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Sent to the ground by Maxwell Hairston.
Maxwell Hairston on the stop. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Taken in by Hill, right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Okay. Ball coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nick's looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch.
3rd down and 1.
3rd and long for him here. Complete out to the right. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it. They're going for it. It's Nix. He connects downfield. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Nix with it on 1st. Throw left side finds Johnson. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
16 more yards.
At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our 2nd quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. And Johnson once more. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends, a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it's good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Throwing again, here's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and you couldn't. The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
McMahon just sends it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good, to get into that rhythm, and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, shot. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the 1st half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
On the keeper, here's Shuck. Defense contains him. That's going to force 4th down as he's dropped for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this. Trying for it with Shuck. Running left side by Jefferson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
That's good. Cowboys. 1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Cowboys.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, an inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Chuck now from the gun. Buying some time right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
4th down. Here's Shuck. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion
first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's now third down and
Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Broncos on top here at Mile High. To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Nix. Taking a deep shot here. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hubble gets it to start the drive. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Shuck. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian Gonzalez has it. Well, it's a position you expect interceptions from, Brock, but not a lot of them come easier than that for a quarterback. His teammate makes the hit as the QB tries to throw it, and it really affected how that one came out.
Yeah, that corner's going to get that pick under his stat column individually, but that was a collective effort. It was all about pass rush. And those great corners, they know it. They know it takes everybody. The guys up front doing their job, and when the ball falls harmlessly in his hands like that, well, he does his job to finish with the INT.
It holds on to it. And they aren't going to like this. They went to the zone read, and it winds up losing them 3 yards. Break the huddle. It's 2nd down now.
the tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Nick's now to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos take a 3-possession lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Here's Shuck, 1st and 10. On the move, hit it right. He just throws this one away.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. the crosser. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This time. This is caught inside the 15. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Working inside the red zone. To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up 2nd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You can't.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Prater adds the PAT. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to 10. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're healing with ways that don't last for long.
Didn't want to try anything. He's back to throw. Into a crowd and intercepted. And the Cowboys get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. He's not going to get any further after that catch. Tackle made at the 29-yard line. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Prater set to kick off.
Now Prater on to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
At the 39-yard line.
Nix from the gun. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead coming out at halftime. McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos take a 3-possession lead.
Broncos 27, Cowboys 10. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. Shuck. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Maxwell Hairston picks it off. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time when they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Design run, here's Nix. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos parlay the interception into points. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos make it a 24-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. Okay, well that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Forced out to his right. And he just tucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Now Shuck to throw. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kid's down inside the 35-yard line. Working quickly here. Shuck now on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. No, they get him yet again. Maxwell Hairston picks it off. Well, that should pretty much shut down throwing his way anymore, Brock. This guy has ended each of their last 2 drives by himself with an interception.
And that's kind of the price you pay when you're playing phenomenal ball as a defender. I can remember Aaron Rodgers, primetime game, said, I'm not even throwing once, and didn't attack Richard Sherman 1 time that game.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Turn a good play into a great play.
No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Chased out to his right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
third down. Here's Nix. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Fade as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
They found some space to do a little damage there before they bundle him up.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Short pass brought in. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. All set now. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Chuck now from the gun. Right back to Hill. This is Cox. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense in a hurry up here.
Brings up second and 2 at the 35-yard line.
On second down, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the...
Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First and 10. Here's Shuck. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Shuck's going to throw here. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Maxwell Hairston picks it off. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season. We have seen this happen before, partner. 3 interceptions in a row. We're going to spare the quarterbacks who've done it. Not going to mention any names, but, man, not a list that he wanted to join.
Yeah, he probably stopped throwing the ball. Like, stop throwing the ball. You say that out loud?
That was out loud. Yeah.
Captain. Oh, my son. Hey. Away.
Nix with it on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Captain. Bombers. Go.
Nix again on second and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. This play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. He picks up 28 on the play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
Away. Oh, my son. Ready. Away.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Bombers. Go.
From the red zone now. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second down carry for Sampson. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those forces before they find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos grow their lead yet again. On now is McManus to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. Hand off out of the pistol. Here's Hubbard. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Throwing it. Shot. He's going to be forced to throw this one away. That takes us, Bronx, to the end of our 3rd quarter. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Cowboys football as we're just really counting down the moments at this point. This game's gotten out of hand. So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Running for it here with Hubbard. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. That goes for 32 yards. And that'll be good for Dallas. 1st down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very clean play.
And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7. 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. On the move, hit it right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Shot for the quick toss out wide. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Looking quickly here.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's shot. 1st and 10. And this is Cox. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives them 10 on the season. Prater able to tack on the extra point. And the Cowboys get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points.
17.
Now Prater on to send it away. Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Looking now from the gun. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard
Trying
line.
to throw this from the gun. They'll dump this off to Sampson complete. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. And on 1st down, only gets about a yard here. And the defender there to force him out.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
Captain.
Knicks looking to throw. Sends this to the end zone. He had it for a long, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
8 yards to go.
Away. Oh, my son. Oh, ready. Throw.
Throw here, 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that grows the lead to 27.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Shuck. He's going to push one deep down the right. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it, that's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. It's his running back. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't honed the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate.
And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Broncos continue piling it on here in the 4th. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. That's up and through for the point after. And the Broncos continue piling on to this lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. He's trying to go deep again. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Maxwell Hairston picks it off. And the Broncos get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Ready. Captain.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. defense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. He finds Sampson out of the backfield. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That's another Broncos first down.
Here's a look for Nix. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Nice pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Broncos continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Broncos tack on 7 more to their lead.
Cowboys 17. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. Nearly starts the drive with the 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
Again, big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Broncos corral it. Cuts it right sideline, and there's daylight. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. The Broncos are running them out of the building. McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Broncos continue adding on to that lead.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Shot to throw. Getting out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory. But that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
8-yard pickup. And the Cowboy first down. Let's go.
So it's a win for the Broncos. And we didn't need to reach the closing stages of the game for this one to be over. They had things decided, and fans heading for those exits well. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners.